Hello viewers, welcome to UN College digital class. We are discussed about Immoral Trafficking Act for prohibition of immoral trafficking issue from our society, and we had discussed from section 1 to section 5 of Immoral Trafficking Act in our previous video lecture. So we will continue this class and we will learn further acts and start from section 6. Section 6, detaining a person in premises where prostitution is carried on. Detain a person where the prostitution or sexual services provided to the customers for a commercial purpose. Then part 1, any person who detains any other person whether with or without his consent. When a person detain another person with her consent or with her permission or without her permission, but A, in any brothel means in any premises where the prostitution or sexual services provided to the customers for a commercial purpose is going on. Then part B, in or upon any premises with intent that such person may have sexual intercourse with a person who is not the spouse of such person shall be punishable on conviction with imprisonment of either description for a term which shall not be less than 7 years, but which may be for life, or for a term which may extend to 10 years and shall also be liable to fine, and provided that the court may, for adequate and special reasons to be mentioned in the judgment, impose a sentence of imprisonment for a term of less than 7 years. When in a premises a person provided sexual services or prostitution activities to another person who is not the spouse of that such person, but providing that activities, and the person will be punishable for not less than 7 years, and that imprisonment will extend for life or for 10 years. And if the court found any emergency issue or any judgment which is mentioned an emergency issue, then the punishment will be extended less than 7 years, which will be decreased for the victim. Part 2, where any person is found with a child in a brothel, it shall be presumed, unless the contrary is proved, that he has committed an offence under subsection 1. If any person found with a child in any premises where the prostitution activities or prostitution services provided as a commercial purpose, then that offence shall be a case under subsection 1. Then part 2A, where a child or minor found in a brothel is on medical examination detected to have been sexually abused, it shall be presumed, unless the contrary is proved, that the child or minor has been detained for purposes of prostitution, or as the case may be, has been sexually exploited for commercial purposes. If a child or a child completed 16 years old or not completed 18 years old is known as minor, found in an area or found to detain as a sexually exploited person, and if the court found that the child detained for either sexually abused or detained for providing prostitution activities, then the person will be punishable for that issue, which is known as sexually exploited problem. Then part 3, a person shall be presumed to detain a woman or girl in a brothel or in or upon any premises for the purpose of sexual intercourse with a man other than her lawful husband, if such person with intent to compel or induce her to remain there. If a woman or girl detained for sexual services with a man other than her husband, Then part A, withholds from her any jewellery, wearing apparel, money or other property belonging to her. Then part B, threatens her with legal proceedings if she takes away with her any jewellery, wearing apparel, money or other property lent or supplied to her by the direction of such person. If a woman or girl detained for withholds of any jewellery or any valuable property or threatens for that, then there is no legal prosecution or legal proceeding takes away with valuable property supplied for the person. Then part 4, notwithstanding any law to the contrary, no suit, prosecution or other legal proceeding shall lie against such woman or girl at the instance of the person by whom she has been detained for the recovery of any jewellery, wearing apparel or other property alleged to have been lent or supplied to or for such woman or girl or to have been placed by such woman or girl or for the recovery of any money alleged to be payable by such woman or girl. If recovery of any valuable property or any jewellery or money, then the person will be punishable, but not under this act, or the person will not be punishable or any legal proceeding will not be provided for that issue. Then section 7, prostitution in or in the vicinity of public places. Part 1, any person who carries on prostitution and the person with whom such prostitution is carried on in any premises which are within the area or areas notified under subsection 3. When a person providing sexual services and with the person with whom carried sexual services, that is under subsection 3, there is areas where prostitution services is going on for commercial purpose. Part B, which are within a distance of 200 meters of any place of public religious worship, educational institution, hostel, hospital, nursing home or such other public place of any kind as may be notified in this behalf by the Commissioner of Police or Magistrate in the manner prescribed shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 months. If in a premises there is prostitution services or sexual services provided to the customers, if that area is distance from 200 meters from the any school or educational institution, college or hospital, temples or any ashram or any hostel which is provided facilities for the students or any working lady, then that area will be prohibited from prostitution or sexual services activities, and the person will be punishable with imprisonment for a term which is for 3 months. Then 1A, under this section, where an offence committed under subsection 1 is in respect of a child or minor, the person committing the offence shall be punishable with imprisonment of either description for a term which shall not be less than 7 years, but which may be for the life or for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. That is provided that the court may, for adequate and special reason to be mentioned in the judgment, impose a sentence of imprisonment for a term of less than 7 years. Under subsection 1, if any offence committed with any child or minor, the respondent who committing the offence shall punishable with imprisonment of not less than 7 years, but which may extend for lifetime, and also which will be extend for 10 years. And if there is any emergency issue or there is any reason mentioned on judgment, then it shall be relaxed for less than 7 years. Then part 2, any person who will, being the keeper of any public place, knowingly permits prostitutes for purposes of their trade to resort to or remain in such place. If a person is a caretaker, keeper of a premises, and he is knowingly uses that premises or that place for prostitution activities, then the person will be punishable under this section. For B of that section, being the tenant, lessee or occupier or person in charge of any premises referred in subsection 1 knowingly permits the same or any part thereof to be used for prostitution. If the person is a staying in rent or occupier or a in charge of any premises and report that premises for use of sexual services providing to the customers, then that person will be punishable under this section, and also that area will be blocked or void for other persons. Then part C, being the owner, lessor or landlord of any premises referred to in subsection 1 or the agent of such owner, lessor or landlord lets the same or any part thereof with the knowledge that the same or any part thereof may be used for prostitution or is willfully a party to such use shall be punishable on first conviction with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 months, or with fine which may extend to 200 rupees, or with both the fine and the imprisonment. And in the event of a second or subsequent conviction with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months and also with fine. If a person is owner or landlord of an area and using that area for prostitution, for commercial purpose or for trade, then he shall be punishable for imprisonment of a term which may extend for 3 months or of fine 200 rupees. If that conviction arises for second time, then punishment will be extended to imprisonment of 6 months and also with fine. Then part 3, the state government may, having regard to the kinds of persons frequenting any area or areas in the state, the nature and the density of population therein and other relevant consideration, by notification in the official gazette, direct that prostitution shall not be carried on in such area or areas as may be specified in the notification. The state government notified some areas which will be prohibited, which area will be prohibited in that section, like school, college or any religious places or hostels and hospitals, medicals also. Then part 4, where a notification is issued under subsection 3 in respect of any area or areas, the state government shall define the limits of such area or areas in the notification with reasonable certainty. Where the notification is issued, the state government has limitations in some areas. Then part 5, no such notification shall be issued so as to have effect from a date earlier than the expiry of a period of 90 days after the date on which it is issued. When a notification is issued on first date, after 90 days the second issue can be issued, because the expiry of a period of a first date of notification is for 90 days. Then section 8, seducing or soliciting for purpose of prostitution, that is, whoever in any public place or within sight of and in such manner as to be seen or heard from any public place, whether from within any building or house or not in some areas, to make someone feel attract to you and want to have sex with you, often someone younger or less experienced person in any public place from within any building or any house. Then part A of section 8, by words, gestures, willful exposure of his person, whether by sitting by a window or on the balcony of a building or house, or in any other way, or otherwise tempts or endeavors to tempt or attracts or endeavors to attract the attention of any person for the purpose of prostitution. If a person or a woman by her posture or gesture or any verbal and non-verbal activity attract or create attention on her for prostitution issue, then that should not be under this section. Then part B, solicits or molests any person or letters or acts in such manner as to cause obstruction or annoyance to persons residing nearby or passing by such public place, or to offend against public decency for the purpose of prostitution, shall be punishable on first conviction with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months, and with fine which may extend to 500 rupees, or with both. And in the event of a second or subsequent conviction, with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year, and also with fine which may extend to 500 rupees. If a trafficker abuse a person for prostitution purpose, shall be punishable for imprisonment of 6 months, and with fine which may extend to 500 rupees for the first conviction. But when that conviction repeatedly committed, and for second time, the imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year from 6 months, and also with fine of 500 rupees. And when the court found that there is any judgment mentioned under this section, then the punishment will be relaxation. Then section 9, seduction of a person in custody. Any person who having the custody, charge or care of, or a position of authority over any person, causes or aids or abets the seduction for prostitution of that person, shall be punishable on conviction with imprisonment of either description for a term which shall not be less than 7 years, but which may be for life, or for a term which may extend to 10 years, and shall also be liable to fine. When you are attracting a person who is in custody for prostitution purpose, any person who is taking care or has a position of authority over any person shall be punishable on offence with imprisonment of either for a term which shall not be for less than 7 years, and which will be extend for 10 years, or it also be extend for lifetime, and also with a liable fine. Then section 10, release on probation of good conduct or after due admonition, which is reported by Suppression of Immoral Traffic in Women and Girls Amendment Act 1986. In 1986, in 44 Amendment of Immoral Trafficking Act, there is a probation of good conduct for women and girl. Then 10A, detention in a corrective institution. Part 1, where in a detention in a corrective institution, a female offender is found guilty of an offence under section 7 or section 8. Under section 7 and section 8, if a female is found for feeling guilty for her offence or for her activities, then the person will be provided for corrective institution for correct herself and for creating a useful life for her. Then part B, the character, state of health and mental condition of the offender and the other circumstances of the case are such that it is expedient that she should be subject to detention for such term and such instruction and discipline as are conducive to her correction, it shall be lawful for the court to pass in lieu of a sentence of imprisonment an order for detention in a corrective institution for such term not being less than 2 years and not being more than 5 years, as the court thinks fit, provided that before passing such an order, which we will discuss later, an offender detained in corrective institution, she shall be detained for a term not less than 2 years and not more than 5 years, when the offender found as any state of health and mental condition. Then part I, the court shall give an opportunity to the offender to be heard and shall also consider any representation which the offender may make to the court as to the suitability of the case for treatment in such an institution, as also the report of the probation officer appointed under the Probation of Offender Act 1958. Under the Probation of Offenders Act 1958, probation officer appointed for providing services to the person who are trafficked by the trafficker, and the probation officer appointed for eradicating the immoral trafficking issue from our society. Then the court shall record that it is satisfied that the character, state of health and mental condition of the offender and the other circumstances of the case are such that the offender is likely to benefit by such instruction and discipline as aforesaid. An offender can get benefit through correction institution or by discipline and other instructions also. Then part 2 of section 10, subject to the provisions of subsection 3, the provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 relating to appeal, reference and revision and of the Limitation Act 1963 as to the period within which an appeal shall be filed shall apply in relation to an order of detention under subsection 1 as if the order had been a sentence of imprisonment for the same period as the period for which the detention was ordered. When the person detained in a corrective institution for correct herself, then under Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, she can appeal or revise the provisions under this section. When the person detained for prostitution or sexual services, then the detained person can file a appeal or can file a case under this section. Then part 3, subject to such rules as may be made in this behalf, the state government or authority authorized in this behalf may at any time after the expiration of 6 months from the date of an order for detention in a corrective institution, if it is satisfied that there is a reasonable probability that the offender will lead a useful and industrious life, discharge her from such an institution without condition or with such conditions as may be considered fit, and grant her a written license in such form as may be prescribed. The state government or authority order an offender to stay in corrective institution after expire of 6 months from the date of order. If the service of corrective institution is satisfied, the offender will lead a useful and new life after discharge her from the institution or from the corrective institution. Part 4, the conditions on which an offender is discharged under subsection 3 may include requirements relating to residence of the offender and supervision over the offender's activities and movements. When the offender discharged from the corrective institution, then the court supervise her mental condition, her health condition and also her activities and every movement to know about the offender, to know about the changes of the offender. So, under this section, these services provided to the offender. Here we had discussed from section 6 to section 10. But in previous class we had discussed about section 1 to section 5. So, go through it. I think you can understand the sections in detail. We will continue this class further. So, keep watching. Thank you.